Hey guys, I'm Gent on Occasion, and today we're playing XENONAUTS 2. I have been really looking forward to this. For those who don't know, it's basically a homage to classic XCOM, rather than like, you know, the modern like Firaxis XCOM. So it's all about time units rather than AP, which might not mean anything to some of you, might mean the world to a lot of you. So we'll see. We'll see. I love classic XCOM. It's the first game I remember completing. I'm sure I've completed other games, like before then, but like, maybe like Crash Bandicoot or something, I don't know, but it was nothing memorable. XCOM was like, that was like the pinnacle of my achievement as a kid, that I completed XCOM. I felt like such a big boy. It was great. Amazing game. But anyway, we're going to try and be a big boy again, playing XENONAUTS 2. So, new game. We're going to play on veteran difficulty, Commander. I think it's too rich for my blood. Yeah, I haven't mastered XENONAUTS 2. I think without knowing what's coming next, it's impossible to plan for it, and I think you need to be able to plan for things in this game to truly, like, get through it on the highest difficulties. Because, yeah, a lot of this game is a lot more formulaic, I think. You know, a lot of the sort of difficulty spikes happen at set moments. So there's, like, very, like, signposted times where it goes, oh, things are about to kick off here, and things are going to kick off again here. So it's, you'll see when we get into it. But anyway, we're going to play on veteran. I'm going to skip the tutorial, and actually I'm going to jump into the campaign. We'll see a brief cutscene, which I think I'm going to have to voice anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to rename all of our soldiers and our aircraft, because a bunch of you have already donated or bought the game from my nexus.gg link, which is down below. It's 35% off at the moment. I don't know how long that discount is going to last. You know, I hate to put pressure on you, but you can play the game now, and there's plenty of reviews and stuff. Hopefully you can make your mind up whether you want to buy the game or not. And if you do, please buy it from the link in the description. I get 85% of the revenue, which is just insane. However, if you already own the game, or you don't want to buy it at all, but you still want to soldier in the game, there's a whole list of ways you can financially contribute. And just let me know what you want your guy to be called, and I'll add you to the list of named soldiers, and I can, yeah, when we need a new soldier, I'll pull from that list, and yeah, you might have a guy running around getting murdered by aliens. Should be fun. So yeah, I think it'll add a bit more personality to everyone if they're named after you guys. We'll have people to root for. Should be exciting. But anyway, let's begin.
The year is 2009. The world teeters on the brink of nuclear war. Tensions between capitalist and communist nations are at boiling point. Every opportunity for peace has failed, as if an invisible hand inexorably steers humanity towards annihilation. We XENONAUTS know the truth. The dark forces poisoning our politics are not human in origin, and we must protect our planet against this extraterrestrial threat however we can. After years spent gathering information on an enemy that few believe exists, we are finally ready to strike back. The war for our future begins now.
Few believe our enemies exist, yet the malign tendrils of their influence can be felt across our planet. Rising tensions between capitalist and communist nations threaten to spark a ruinous nuclear war before the invasion even begins. So you might notice it's an alternate history. It's an alternate history, so the Cold War is still going on in, you know, 2009, which is where this is set. And yeah, that's because the aliens have been meddling in our politics to keep those tensions rising. Imagine living in a world with rising global tensions. Can you believe it? I know, so far-fetched. Anyway. Commander. Good of you to finally make an appearance. Welcome to our backup facility. We should be safe here, at least for a while. No getting around the fact that we're living in a derelict nuclear bunker full of 60s-era junk, though. Hope you're fine with cold showers, cold food, and, well, cold everything. Cold War, apparently. So, yeah, we the tutorial that we skipped had a bit of story. Basically, we had a base, and it was all modern and fancy. But then that one went awry. The tutorial combat in this game is basically you losing Atlas base. But we have a secret backup, and this is the secret backup, and it's, you know, old and crappy. So we need to build it back up. The temperature is the least of our concerns. He's American now, decided. My work suggests we have mere months before the aliens can launch a full-scale invasion. If we are to prepare, we must gather data on... Data? Gather information on the alien forces scouting our planet. Of course, the cleaners are unlikely to make that easy. That's why I called this meeting. Commander, I'm formally handing over control of this organization to you. The situation has changed, and we need someone with military experience making the big decisions. I'll run the day-to-day matters, like keeping us supplied and getting the place patched up. All you need to do is figure out how to win the war. Congratulations on your promotion, Commander. One hopes you prove equal to the task. Thanks, Obama. Sounds like Obama, I don't know why. Anyway, we are going to place our base. So, I'm going to cut to everything being named and positioned. Actually, I'm going to decide where we place the base first, because I want to go through this. Basically, depending on where you put it, the cost is going to change. Generally, the more land is covered by the circles here, which are your radar range, basically, the more expensive it is. So, you know, here, you know, in like Egypt, where you basically have almost, you know, maybe like a little lower, let's say like, you know, actually Sudan seems better here. And there's nothing unusual going on there. Alternate history, everyone calm down. That seems pretty good. That seems to cover everything with the max radar of 2 continents and then a bunch of Asia Pacific as well. So I think we'll do that. I think we're just going to go down here because it's a little cheaper. We'll save like, you know, I mean, look at that. That's a good saving, right? 250k? So we're going to do that. Cool. All right. We're going to skip in time ahead with everyone named and then, you know, ready for our first mission. I'll see you then. Sorry, I lied. There was a pop-up. Doomsday counter. Objective: prevent Doomsday counter exceeding 100. The aliens are attempting to spark a nuclear war by raising tensions between capitalist and communist nations. If they succeed, the scattered human survivors would have no hope of repelling an invasion. We must keep the Doomsday counter under control until the invasion begins. Allowing it to exceed 100 for more than one day will result in alien victory. Successful enemy activity on the Geoscape will increase Doomsday. So we're on 40% already. This will fluctuate so much as we play, by the way. Missions will drop it by like 30% each. It's kind of nuts. But yeah, it'll swing around. It's scary. It's scary. Okay, guys, we're back, and I've named everyone. So, from the top to the bottom, although the order's going to change when we send them out, whatever, who cares? We got all privates currently. We've got Wolf, Lupo, that's right, 2 people called Wolf right at the top, which is kind of interesting. HH Anthony, HH stands for Hooded Horse. He's one of the YouTube wranglers. The other one is also in the list. There's 2 people that send me keys for Hooded Horse games, and I asked if they wanted to be included, and they said yes. So, to the slaughter they go. Good for them. We have Giant Max Mimir. He'll notice that got changed slightly. It's supposed to be Max the Giant Mimir, but I can't do quotes, and that didn't fit. I've had to crush people's names down a bit to get them to fit, so no one take it personally, please, okay? Doing my best. We have Fremby, we have Exopole 2, Darth King Bobo, Comrade Sanders, Kian, Eric Rex, RECZ, and Second Bout of Insanity. That was very difficult to fit in a way that kind of looks like that, but I think I did a good enough job of that. So anyway, those are all of our soldiers for now. We're going to need more, but we already have a few people in the list. But I'm going to be recording a few episodes. I'm probably going to run out of names quickly. So if you want to be included, yeah, how to do that is in the description and probably a comment too. I hope to see you on board. Also, we have our aircraft. So we have 2 aircraft. We have an interceptor called Von Raptor, and we have a Skyhawk, which is our transport, and it's called Sean. That's right. The pilot isn't called Sean. The pilot is called Boomer. We can't name the pilots. We can name the ships. So the ships are called Von Raptor and Sean. So there you go. Perfect. All right. We are going to have our first mission soon. But first, I want to do some base building. I know a lot of admin at the start of a game of XCOM, and thus the start of XENONAUTS 2. We are going to get another living quarters, because currently we have no living capacity. We can only get 2 more people into this facility, and then they'll just say no. They'll just go, nope, they can't even sleep in the storage room or in the lab. Nope, they all have to have a bunk in the giant mega complex of bunks that we have here. So we can do that, and we want a medical center. That's incredibly important. Sorry, we want a generator first, then we want a medical center. So here you can see we have living quarters. There's an adjacency bonus. So if you plan things out properly, you can make sure you can maximize the adjacency bonus. So I'm going to leave, you know, these 4 are going to be living quarters. These 4 are going to be laboratories. These are going to be workshops. Storage, I guess, can just squeeze in here. Radars, we don't get an adjacency bonus, but we need 3 of them to max out our radar. You probably noticed when I was deploying the base, it had different circles. The smaller circle is 1 radar array. The more arrays you get, the wider the circle gets. These are our generators. These will be able to upgrade as well, which is cool. This is just our access lift. This is always the core of the facility. If we build a new base, that'll be the first thing that's been built, and everything we build will be adjacent to that. We have our 2 hangars at the top. You don't necessarily need hangars to be next to each other, so we'll squeeze them in wherever. We are going to need missile batteries, or at least defences of some kind. We'll upgrade these as we play too. We're going to need these, but not yet, because currently they're not doing a proper invasion, so we'll save on to our money for a little while and try and get those missile batteries built sort of in time for the invasion to kick off. So, you know, we can not get invaded. That would be nice. We've got a medical centre. So the medical centre is very important early because it puts up the survival rate of your soldiers. When your guys hit 0 hit points, they die. I know, crazy. But they have a chance to just be knocked unconscious. They have a chance, okay? If you have a medical centre, that chance gets raised. Difficulty of the campaign also changes that chance. So, you know, you want to make sure that they can get back in. That they can survive a fatal hit, basically. Make a fatal hit non-fatal. But also, this will heal our soldiers more hit points per day. So if we have really bad wounds, they can get back in the action quicker and then get killed more thoroughly next time. Bless them. Anyway, we're gonna save up. Well, we've already built that, and we're gonna save up for the training center. This is just gonna raise the stats of our soldiers while they're sat around. So that's really, really useful. We're gonna need a couple of them. Likely gonna need a couple of them. So we'll probably do medical center. You only need the 1, but we will upgrade it as time goes on. But you only ever need 1 per facility. So we'll probably put like a couple of training rooms down here. Or maybe we'll do down here, actually. Yeah, 2 down here, and then we can put a bunch of missile batteries down this side. That might work. And then another hangar up there. Yeah, and then storage, and then... Yeah, okay, that works. That works. We'll just have 1 space up here for... We're probably going to get a unique building at some point, like a, psychic training or something. I don't know. We'll find out. But, yeah, I think we got this fairly well planned out. So, that's all lovely. All right. Good. I'm scared. Are you guys scared? I'm a little scared. Geoscape screen. I know. I'm well aware. So we are going to skip ahead. Doomsday is at 40% already. Crazy. And the cleaners. So you guys don't know this, but the cleaners are in the tutorial. These are the guys that kicked us out of our base. And our general was leading them. It's our general. He came back and, hey, I'm home, and there are no aliens, and shut up, and all come quietly. So obviously, his coat has been turned, I suppose. Although the unknown extraterrestrial forces scouting our planet remain the ultimate threat to humanity, their work has been assisted by a mysterious human organization, known informally as the Cleaners. We know little about the Cleaners beyond the fact that they invariably appear within a few hours of suspected alien activity, forcibly taking any eyewitnesses into custody and erasing all evidence that might hint at an extraterrestrial presence. Important missions are always handled by teams of Cleaner soldiers carrying military rifles and wearing distinctive green hazmat suits, rebreathers. That entirely, I don't know why it's slash, it's also, they're wearing both, but fine. That entirely conceal their identities. More mundane work is usually handled by besuited agents with similar equipment to law enforcement personnel. As anyone that develops an interest in the Cleaners tends to disappear without trace, we previously avoided probing too deeply into their organization. In turn, the Cleaners largely left us alone. One suspects operations division's monomaniacal focus on operational security made monitoring our activities far too difficult to be worthwhile. Obviously, this equation has now changed. The Cleaners are clearly devoting significant resources to eliminating us, and we must prepare to fight them directly if we wish to learn more about our alien enemies. I hope you and your men are equal to task, Commander. If we cannot defeat the Cleaners, humanity will stand no chance against their extraterrestrial masters. Oh dear. Also, I think we have, we have no research and we have no engineering. When you have no projects selected, you just get money over time, which is quite handy, but not as handy as building something or researching something. So, bear that in mind. Atlas Base. We must regain control of Atlas Base for long enough to destroy any remaining equipment that our enemies could use to monitor our covert activities. So we need to eliminate them. Strategic operations is what we'll unlock, which is a new mechanic, which will unlock down here in all these empty panels. And if we lose, it's game over. So no pressure. So we're going to send Sean from Scott the Base. Oh, by the way, I killed the base, Scott the Base. It was Scott the Bot. I hope you don't mind, Scott, but Scott the Base just seemed too perfect. Our home base is Scott the Base, okay? Everyone get in Sean and return to Scott. It's perfect, alright? I think it's wonderful, and I hope you guys agree. Anyway, let's launch. So, it always picks good classes for everybody. The classes aren't actually, like, set in stone. It's basically just a shortcut to them being equipped correctly, and it just helps you kind of remember who they are. But you can set up whoever you like. So you can get as specific as you want with this. You can just create a new loadout, you pick their equipment, and yeah, you can just set anybody to that loadout nice and quickly. Although one thing I'm going to do with my assault guys, I'm going to go to modules, and I'm going to give them all a rebreather. Okay, I want my assaults to have a rebreather by default, because they tend to always have plenty of extra space, which we're also going to fill with grenades. We're going to get rid of the frag grenades, I think. I'll give them all smoke and flash grenades. And we could give them one more to lower his time units a little bit. So if you overburden people, their time units go down, which means they can do less, you know, in their turn. In the time that they have. Alright, that'll do. I actually need our riflemen to have some other grenades too. So I'm getting rid of a lot of the frag grenades, because the frag grenades aren't particularly useful in a lot of ways. Yeah, you've got a bit of extra space. Let's give you a smoke grenade. Let's give you a flash. Okay, good. Alright, excellent. So, like, everybody's got these demolition charges. The riflemen, they have this little bit of kit, a tactical module, which buffs their accuracy a little bit. Heavies and snipers also have those. So that's really nice. And you'll notice that down here, there's a tick box for heavy armor. So this essentially allows you to wear heavier armor. You can see our armor value up there. So we're wearing tactical armor. Everyone's wearing tactical armor, but you can wear more or less tactical armor to change their armor value, you see. But it comes at the cost of a slight lowering of their accuracy and loads of carry weight. So you've got to bear that in mind. Alright, so that's equipment for you. I think we've done equipment. Let's go. So let's send Sean. Let's send Sean to Atlas Base. Perfect. Commence tactical battle. Commander, this is a critically important mission. We left a lot of important things behind when we evacuated Atlas, including several years of research data. We need to clear the facility of hostiles so we can search through it and destroy anything that might let our enemies monitor us. And recover my research data. Yeah. Look, I can't risk contacting our agents until I know our communications network is secure. The cleaners have withdrawn their assault forces and sent in a team of analysts, so hopefully this won't be too hard. Oh, and if you happen to run into the general, this isn't the time for sentimentality. Mess him up. Generally, this game, you want to kill... It's like Pokemon, alright? You want to collect one of each alive, alright? One of each type of enemy you beat unconscious with sticks, or, you know, render unconscious through smoke inhalation or whatever else. And once you've done that, you can interrogate them, and you really just need one of each. Also, they're worth a little bit more to sell. You can sell a live person for more than a dead one. I know that seems crazy, but that's a thing that we do. I know, it doesn't seem right, but it is what it is. So we have our squad here. We can change the camera. One thing I will mention for anyone wanting to play this game yourself, set it to 30 degrees. That's the best one. If you set it to 45, it's really gross. Look at this. Look, this is horrible. Ugh, look at that. It looks like someone tried to make like a photorealistic RPG Maker game. Ugh, it's horrible. Horrible. Disgusting. The default is 90, but I don't think that gives you enough control. It's too much. If you have 30 degrees, then yeah, it's a little slower. It's a little slower to turn around a lot, but I think it gives you nice control over the camera, so you can always see behind obstacles and see where you're shooting and whatever else. It's useful. So I prefer that. So we're going to send Hooded Horse Anthony and Wolf A wolfie! I don't know, something. I can say wolf. Yeah, we're going to send them over here with Comrade Sanders. So the shield does have hit points. So he'll take a bunch of damage from the front on the shield, but that shield will eventually break. So, yeah. It's intimidating. We are also going to stick out... See what I mean? I control the camera, it's nice. We're going to put a sniper over here covering this area. We're going to have our heavy over here. So he's going to be the furthest one forward, alright? So, yeah. Giant Max Mimir here, the heavy. It's kind of perfect, actually. They're going to suppress people. Alright, as they shoot, anyone anywhere near the front of their gun is going to be suppressed if they're not killed. So, we want to make sure that we don't have any of our own guys sort of forward of the machine gun. So it's really good for making sure that this place stays safe, because it just spits out so much lead. So it should be quite good. We're also going to send some people this way, I think. Yeah, maybe I should have a shotgun on both sides. Maybe I should try and breach both of these at the same time. But for now, I think we just want to get into these rooms with these guys, while all these just wait. So if they have time units remaining, they will occasionally shoot at things that cross their path. They have a reaction stat. The higher that reaction stat is, the more likely they are to actually take a reaction shot. But they need to have the remaining time units, which is down at the bottom, by the way. Time units are down here in green. You can see the big bar, and when you click, you can see how many you'll have left at the end of the movement. So really handy. If you want to reserve anything, you can right-click on a grenade. It'll make sure you have 30 time units left. After a move, you'll see this orange to say, oh, you've overstepped. You know, you've overstepped. You can click there, and it'll move as far as you can get. Until you hit that reserve. You can do the same with any kind of shot as well. Generally, the more expensive the shot is, the more accurate it is, but also there's a burst fire. You can go auto, which is usually more expensive and a lot less accurate, but obviously you're shooting a lot more, so fine. So that's kind of that. That's the how you play. Also, it's 4 time units to crouch, and for classic XCOM players, it's also 4 to stand up. It used to be 4 to crouch, 8 to stand up. But no, it's 4. And opening a door costs 4 as well. So anyway, that's most of the classic controls out of the way. Cool. Oh, and you can look at your, items too. So if you're overburdened, if you just fill your backpack with stuff on turn 1, you can then just empty it onto the floor, so you have extra stuff that you can go to and pick up if you want. I don't think I've ever done that, but I've always thought in the back of my mind that might be useful one day. Like you could, you could make sure that, I don't know, depending on the mission, you could just have everyone bring like a stun baton, right? But also have a pistol in your pocket, so that way you can just swap on turn 1, or you could be out and start beating people unconscious, so you can get that early unit unconscious. Okay, that's a bit annoying how far away they are, but we do have a sniper with a great shot, so we're just going to duck Private Wolf. And you're still in the way, huh? Yeah, I need to be behind you, don't I? Sorry, mate. I'm using up all your time units. Very embarrassing of me to have done this. So if he survives, which he didn't, never mind. I can say if he survives, we might be able to get close enough, just throw like a smoke grenade at him, and that might be enough to stun him. Okay, this looks like it's 2 different rooms, but that should open out into this next bit. This looks like maybe it's one big room, actually. This could be their barracks, in which case... Oh, no, that is the same room. Oh, that's surprising. Okay. We found a friend. Okay, is that sink cover? Yes, the sinks do count as cover. You see that minus 40%. It'll show you sort of, what you're missing. You can also hold control to just aim at whatever you like. You can't even aim at the cover to try and destroy it, depending on your weapon and what you're shooting at. It's potentially worthwhile. So Anthony here could hit him. We could hit this guy. So I think what I might do is throw a flash grenade. I hate to use one so early, but if we can get this guy alive, then we don't have to worry about catching others alive. And he's on his own here, so he seems like a good early target. Though there could be someone back here. Like genuinely, we could have someone back there. That might be a bit frightening. If you hold shift, by the way, you can move. Set like a move order, and then hold shift to see if you can, shoot them well. You can see sort of your chances to hit from where you're going to be, and then if you just click, it'll do the whole order, which is really handy. I don't know what to do with him, you know. So what I might do, I might get close enough to shoot him once with a pistol. Oh, so one thing that also happens, if you're moving into unknown territory, it then reveals that territory and it stops your guy to go, are you sure? Is that still the plan? Okay, and sometimes when there is something in the way, it doesn't like it at all. Okay, it's really quickest to go up. Okay. You've used like all of your movement somehow. How have you used all your movement? Because you were going to run straight through there. No, it's one time unit to turn, so the fact he's having to snake through all this is actually taking up a lot of time. Fine, whatever. So I can only really shoot him once inaccurately. Because I need to make sure these guys can get through with as many... Well, not Wolf, sadly. I need him to get through with as many time units as possible. He's only going to hit him once. Although he can hit him once from there. So, yeah, fine, I guess. Sure. So I can shoot him once accurately. Well, that all felt like a bit of a waste. For God's sake. Alright, you can... Alright, try and shoot him. We might just end up killing him here. Or just not hit him at all. That's also an option. My God, I just wanted to get one guy knocked out at the start so we could... Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Alright, seeing as how he won't play ball, I'm just going to shoot him with the shotgun. Hope you don't mind. It's not even that accurate. How inaccurate are you, Anthony? Jesus. Alright, let's try. I hope he dies. Good, good. Hope he dies. I know, so vindictive. Anyway. Let's move Wolf up. We'll leave those two where they are. And so all these guys failed to put a dent in him. What I wanted to do, right, is shoot him with the pistol. His health would have gone down. Because how stun works is health sort of depletes from the top. Stun increases from the bottom. And so if you've got someone half injured, they need half as much stun damage, right? And just the two bars need to be, you know, the red bar needs to be shorter than the yellow bar, basically. We can't see the yellow bar because no one has any stun, but that's how that works. And yeah, I know he's not acted. So it'll tell you who's not acted if you just click end turn, but if you right click, it skips. It just skips all that. It skips notifications. So if you know that you have a bunch of people sat doing nothing intentionally, then you can call it a day. Also, if you've moved someone, you press spacebar, it marks them as done, which gives them that big tick. Oh. Okay, only 8 damage. It's not too bad. Oh, there's a couple of them. Ugh. Okay, we're fine. God, and someone coming out here. Is this busy? God, our base is busy. It's lousy with cleaners. Alright, so Anthony actually got so lucky that he took such a little damage there. All you lot are way far back. It'd be really nice if you were here so you could shoot down this way. You could shoot him, but you wouldn't be able to sit down. You wouldn't be able to crouch. And they might be a problem. So Max here isn't going to have enough time units just fire down here with machine gun. It would be nice if I could retreat everyone, just have them blast. Oh, one thing that XCOM does that this game doesn't do. I know I keep about XCOM, but like, you know what game we're playing. It's an homage to XCOM, so there's going to be similarities. Doors don't close at the end of your turn. They close at the end of the enemy's turn. So any of these doors that automatically like close, they'll do it after the enemy gets to go. So you can't lower a door, shoot a bunch, end the turn to use the door as a shield. They'll get to shoot you before the door closes. Then you'll have to open it again. So XCOM, classic XCOM, used to be able to sort of use these doors to delay the enemy in a way that was quite advantageous. And yeah, I can't reach him with a stun grenade or anything. Alright, I'm going to shoot him, and if he survives, I can throw a smoke grenade at him, and that might knock him out. But he died, because the sniper is really deadly. Good job, King Bobo. Sorry, Darth King Bobo. Alright, I know this is risky, not having any time units here, but I want to be able to bust through this way in a hurry. How am I going to deal with these guys? I mean, really, I can just rush them both with shotguns. That is something I can do. So I'm worried that one might survive, because that would be a bummer. You can also hit enemies and allies by accident as well. It's not just suppression you've got to worry about. But sure, let's... Damn it. I decided to assume that they had used all their time units up. That's what I had decided to assume. Maybe not wisely. If I stand in front of him, the shield should help protect us, but I'll only get one shot off, which I think is fine. God, I'm wondering what to do here. As you can probably tell. We also have a pistol here. Because it might be worth just throwing like a flash at them at this point. But then there's that door as well that something could come through and shoot us in the side, so I don't really want to get too close to this. I mean, pretty good accuracy actually for the flash grenade. And that will hit both of them and not us. So maybe I'll just do that. But then I could also just throw smoke. He's not wearing... So Comrade Sanders isn't wearing a rebreather. I should put the rebreather on the shields as well, actually. Because they tend to be in the front line, trying to bob people. So we'll do that. This guy may end up getting stunned next turn. Stun damage! Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Alright, let's duck you and you. So crouching means you take less... not you take less damage. There's less chance to hit you. Which is obviously quite important. I'm also going to duck you, seeing as how I'm not moving you around. You too. Someone might come through there and you'll be able to shoot, or someone might try and run further through. We'll see. So big stun, as you can see. Still bleeding. We need to patch up. Hooded Horse Anthony. Okay. Good. How about him? Ooh. Okay, we really need to patch up Anthony now. 3 wounds he's suffering. Oh boy. Yeah, that's going to sting. I'm amazed these two aren't stunned yet. I really am. So we're going to need to... We need to open this. We need to open this. God, how does that cost? 25 time units. Because, yeah, we need Anthony to just run for it. But I don't want him to get shot. Oh, and he's got 25, but also I do need him to throw smoke. You're in the way here. Which is fine, actually. I can just run him out of the way. I can run him out of the way. So that will hit both of these guys. With smoke. Like one was... Well, 2 of them were injured. There we go, he's unconscious. Now we can just kill everyone else. Perfect. Except, our, you know what? Comrade Sanders, huge health pool, so I'm not that worried about him getting knocked out. Okay, we can do 2 less accurate shots. Actually, we'll do 1 quite accurate and 1 less accurate. Okay, that was a bit weak. Never mind. Alright, let's run you over here, Anthony. And then let's heal him up. So that'll solve all his bleeding. So no bleeding for you anymore. Still 33 health, which isn't bad. Our guys have got quite good health pools, you know. Like, they can have like 30 health or something. Like, it can be really bad. And I am still going to try and beat him down as well. Nice. Good job. So that's how it's usually done. Instead of this nonsense with smoke grenades. You know, often a bit of both is required. But if an enemy is injured already, it's often smart to just try and finish them off with a smoke grenade. Because also, they can't shoot you as easily. It's really what smoke grenades are for. Stop them shooting you. Alright, let's duck you down. Let's duck you down. You two are both just doing whatever. Sure. Okay, the fact there's a load of consoles in here makes me wonder if this is actually the command center. But let's clear out this room first. Okay, doesn't seem to be anyone in there. Perfect. Now let's get Anthony back over here. Let's get Wolf over here, and we are going to set the shotgun as his primary weapon again. Comrade Sardis still doing alright. If he takes damage, right, if they're able to break down his shield and he takes some damage, he'll probably just get knocked unconscious. Which is going to be a bit annoying, but, you know, not the end of the world. Whoops. Meant to move you. My bad. My bad. Alright, good. And Lupo, I guess, can guard that corridor. Although it's a little risky, because, you know, something might come through there. I think I'm going to move you guys here. So this, you know, we can open here. Comrade Sanders with the shield can sort of attract some fire, and then these guys can obviously, like, throw grenades and things in places these guys won't be able to. Or just, you know, suppress everyone with a machine gun. Kill things that can be killed. Let's have a good time. More stun. Ooh, crap. Please don't shoot anyone. Oh, he shot someone alright. He shot someone. I knew it was risky, but I thought with all the smoke we'd probably be fine. Again, it was Anthony. How are you still alive? So how this game usually works, right, is an enemy shoots you and then you die immediately. And you go, oh, for God's sake, what was I supposed to do about that? That's generally how this works. Okay, I think that's probably the command center, actually. It's usually the one with these. But I don't think I've seen this room before on this map, so I'm not sure. Alright, Fremby. Full auto. Nice. See, that's usually how it goes. They just take damage and are dead. That's usually how these things go. So I could... No, I can't really. I was going to say, I could try and, you know, plink away at him here, but probably not. Let's just open this and see what's what. Oh, it's the radar room. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Never mind. These guys didn't need to worry about it. Do I need them to move around? No, I would like them up here for this. Yeah, I'm going to put you over here. You're going to move up this way. Wait, what? Oh, we just uncovered the fog of war. So yeah, fine. Alright, so what is nice is they do have sidearms. So even though they can't afford to shoot the machine gun, if someone walks in here, they'll still do a reaction shot with their pistols. Provided they can... Yeah, they can afford it if he doesn't... Oh, actually, no, he can sit down, and he can still afford a snapshot. It's fine. Let's move you up this way. And how much stun are you going to get? Quite a lot. Quite a lot of stun. Cool. Cool. Alright, let's get you guys all moving. You got shot again somehow. Don't know how you keep managing this. But let's patch you up again. Just stunning how many hits Anthony's taken here. Some bonkers is what it is. Alright, let's crouch you and then try and get a lucky shot. Nope, you almost shot Comrade Sanders in the back. Lucky shots don't exist in this game. They're always a bad idea. Alright. More smoke clears? No, not really. Still quite a lot of smoke lingering. Still quite a lot. If we move here, we're not going to be able to do an aimed shot. But I don't think it's too bad. You know what? Nice. Good job, Comrade Sanders. Good job. Alright, Lupo, let's move up. Stick with the pack, Lupo. You too, Wolf. Okay. Alright, let's get you all moving that way. And I know this is a little risky to be sending our two sort of specialists this way. But their damage potential is pretty high, so... Yeah, do I even want to crouch? I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to stay stood up so we can maneuver a bit better. But yeah, in this command center we'll find the general, and we'll want to take him alive. What's interesting is it's not mandatory. You don't need to take him alive to like push the story along or anything, but you do get a bonus for getting him alive, which is really cool. So it's quite fun. If you feel like someone is important, usually the game will, it'll place importance on their capture, basically, even if it's not sort of story relevant. So I think this guy's gonna have a bad day. What? Okay, you know what? Just look, we'll even do it with a pistol. You do it like that, mate. You do it like that. Oh, okay. Just Darth King Bobo, showing him how it's done. So we know this is clear, but obviously we need to clear that room out too. But we can probably get these guys in now. I'm not sure I want Anthony to be on the front line here. I think we want him to be behind Wolf. Okay, so they can both just fall in and start clobbering things with sticks. Alright, that's your job now, Anthony. It's really safe, honest. Frenby, Lupo, and Exapol 2. Let's get all you in. Perfect. Okay. So one of these guys is unconscious. A lot of old XCOM players, I know, I'm going to keep talking about old XCOM. You're going to be going, why aren't you babysitting him? What if he gets up? He won't get up, don't worry. They've done away with that. In XENONAUTS 2, it's a little simpler. You don't have to like constantly babysit unconscious enemies. The game just leaves them unconscious. They're not going to wake up. Although there are medics that I think can wake them up. I think they can wake them up, but they don't just wake up on their own. Because yeah, there are enemy medics. I've never seen them heal anyone before though. But I think they do. I think they do that. Okay. Oh boy. You! It's the general, guys. It's the general from the tutorial. I recognize all of you. Why don't I remember anything about you? It doesn't matter. I will not allow you to interfere. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. He's quite far away, which is annoying. You have to really, like, run for him. So what's also annoying is reaction fire can miss and still hit someone. So if I run forward, he might try and shoot at Sanders, miss, and then hit one of these guys instead. Might just take out Anthony, actually, which would be honestly quite funny at this point. God, how? How is he still alive? How? By all accounts, he should have died 7 times. It's crazy. Like, usually it's one-shot kill. It's so lucky to survive a hit in this game. Just astounding. Just like... I don't even know what to say about it. Oh, there's another one. Jesus, can you guys stop it? Shield's holding up well. What is the plan here then? Seeing as how there's 100 guys. It's a little more than I was expecting, if I'm honest. Let's get Frenby to flash them. There is a chance I miss quite badly and just suppress both of these guys who are basically blocking the entrance. So it's a little iffy. A little bit iffy. And that will suppress Comrade Sanders. Oh boy, do I risk it? Oh, actually, really good chance of hitting him. I don't know if that minus 25 is... I don't know if it just affects the chance of hitting the enemy, or if it's an additional chance that you hit that instead. You know what I mean? Like, I think it just lowers the chance, so you don't have to worry about it. So I think it's only in that 2% threshold would we hit him instead. I think. There we go. Oh my god. How many Overwatches did you get? Well, I guess he's got a pistol, doesn't he? He's only got a pistol. Okay, so Wolf, I want him to move up. Right, I want him to get closer. I think he's probably out of time units by now. I want him to get close to this guy so we can start beating him with sticks. But I also need him to clear these guys out. So he can crouch and shoot. Excellent. And Sanders. Alright, you did quite well earlier, but that wasn't so great. Anthony, who's taken damage again. I can't even believe it. I really can't. You can, I guess, go here and then shoot. Let's try that. It would be nice if you could, you know, get some shots in before the end. There is no end to him, though. We have all seen that he's invincible. Alright, so pretty high chance to land that. So we'll suppress him. And I'm going to throw a smoke at him. Because that'll help us get closer to him next turn as well. So we won't have the time units to get out of the fight. Right, to get out of the smoke, rather. Is the plan. You won't be able to, you know, get out of the smoke and shoot. So it'll just be doing one or the other. Although, looks like I'm going to sort of push him this way, which I don't like. If I do hit this, I guess we just fill the whole room with smoke, and that's not so bad either. So I'm going to aim next to him, and if we hit this instead, I don't mind. Alright, great. That's cool. Let's just get you out of the way. And then you two are going to have to try and beat him to death. Well, not to death. To life. Beat him to life. Oh my god, did he just hit Anthony again? Oh no, he destroyed Comrade Sanders' shield. Don't worry, equipment in this game, grenades and everything, they're all free. They're all free. You have infinite grenades. Do I have any flashes left? Only on these guys and presumably these guys. So I can't suppress him, which is a shame, because if you have an enemy suppressed, you can hit them with sticks easier. Which is obviously very handy. Do we have smoke grenades? We've got another smoke grenade. But yeah, the fact that it's these two that have all the grenades is a bother. I might keep, I might just keep Anthony back a bit. If that's alright with you guys. God, is he going to get Overwatch shot? I can't tell if he's used all his time units up or not. So I think Sanders with his big health pool. Okay, he's just tested it. We're fine. We're fine. Don't worry about it. Let's move you up. Let's hit him. Okay, you have to move up a little bit more. Yeah, let's hit him with this stun. Now let's start clobbering. That's 18 stun, not bad. Nice, we got him alive. Was that it? That is the mission. Okay, so there's no one in that room at the bottom. Oh, we did it, guys. We did it. So, funnily enough, Bernard Horse Anthony is injured for a while, because, you know, he took 7 bullets. Just unbelievable, that. So we actually captured 3 cleaner agents, and a general. 7 corpses, too. So that means we knocked 3 unconscious. I don't remember knocking 3 unconscious. We must have done some stun, and then, like, quite often, if an enemy has some stun and then you shoot them, then their stun is higher than the health, so they just fall unconscious. So the fact that we had a few of them running around in smoke, we probably knocked them unconscious, I didn't realise. So that's good. That's good. Right. Sniper did well. Darth King Bobo, 3 kills. Well done. One thing I find a bit sad is knocking stuff unconscious doesn't register as a kill, so you don't get promotions or anything, which is a bit of a bummer. You can see everyone who got a kill is now a corporal, and we still have a bunch of privates because they didn't get any kills, even though... You know what, I actually don't know. I'm not sure these guys did knock anyone unconscious. I think it was all these guys too, but that's fine. Whatever. Here we also got a Crimson Heart award, so +1 to all their stats. Each medal you can only get once, but they all put your stats up 1 each, which is pretty cool. You get some... There's one for, like, killing 5... I think it's killing 5 enemies, like 4 or 5 enemies in a single match. There's one for getting, like, 5 over your career. There's one for successfully raiding a downed UFO. There's this one for taking a bunch of damage in a single mission. There's a bunch. There's a bunch of different ones, which is pretty cool. So, new mechanic. So, it's unlocked this stuff at the bottom. Strategic operations, they call it, and supporter recruitment are now available. The destruction of the Atlas Base command room allows Operations Division to deploy covert agents to assist with our objectives. This is very different from Classic XCOM. Our organisation receives +1 operation points per day, which can be spent on conducting various kinds of strategic operations for instant benefits, or on recruiting supporters to unlock permanent bonuses. Operations points are also can also be spent to eliminate alien infiltrators, which will reduce the daily Doomsday counter progress. Right now, there's no infiltrators. These will go red, as in the whole tile will go red if it's sort of been infiltrated. You can see little green pips and red pips on each icon, though. A red pip means that it's harder to deal with, it's better protected, so it costs more operation points, which are down here in the right here. And the green ones means they're cheaper. The ones with stars, that's their sort of the big bonus for each area, right? Because these are all split up into the different regions of the planet. So yeah, that's how that works. So you can see we can get plus 300,000 monthly funding for taking this, which is pretty cool. But also, once you grab all of these tiles, right here you get the sort of region information, shows all the different bonuses. But here, regional bonus. So if you fill them all up, you'll get this too. So plus 5 soldier starting experience. So all stats will be plus 5 on recruitment. That's pretty cool, right? That's pretty huge. So you get some cool bonuses. This one, sorry, I meant to click here. Monthly upkeep costs down, which could be pretty massive later on. Engineer wages down. Item sell price is up. We will end up selling a lot of stuff. Scientist wages down, and soldier training rate up. So they don't start with high stats, but they get their stats going up a lot quicker. Really cool. So very exciting. I think I do want to know what the next mission is going to be, so I will crack on actually. We'll go on a little longer with this episode. I want to do kind of a mission per episode, but some are a bit shorter, some are a bit longer. We'll, hopefully it'll average out. Okay, so I do want to just go ahead and spend some of these quickly, I think. Because we might as well. Although all the ones... Actually, that's not bad. But getting like monthly funding... Getting like a monthly funding one this soon seems a bit of a waste, because we get funded every 30 days, so we have 30 days to get this. Really. See, I don't know which one to get. I want to get ones with the green pips, obviously, because they're cheaper. You may as well get them on at a discount, because the little pips will change over time. They'll just keep changing all the time, so you always get an opportunity to get a cheap one. Let's do that. Let's just grab that, because it's something. I want to just make progress grabbing something. Right, let's crack on. So, new research projects available for study. Waveform analysis, combat vehicles, and general interrogation. It doesn't mean interrogating generally, it means interrogating the general. Which I think we're going to do straight away for that cheeky little bonus that I was talking about. So let's go ahead and get a cheeky little bonus because we took him alive. If we'd killed him, we wouldn't have been able to have got that. So autopsies, we get immediately. You don't have to research every autopsy, which is kind of nice. It speeds things up a bit, gives you some information about enemies, and it gives you their stats, which is pretty cool. So you know what you're up against next time. So they only have 40 health, these guys. So I'll have to try and remember that. While it was previously unclear what role the smartly dressed agents observed, supporting cleaner operations played within their organisation, the autopsy process has revealed a great deal. There is little question that these cleaner agents are entirely human. Several of the bodies were easy to identify from personal effects and medical records, and all have been confirmed as employees of government intelligence agencies. Operations Division was able to obtain their personnel files, and I see nothing to indicate that these individuals have been acting strangely or held unusual beliefs. It appears they are simply employees of intelligence agencies subverted by the cleaners. Sadly, this probably reflects the dubious legality of our organisation. Governments are either deliberately suppressing knowledge of alien activity or have been infiltrated by hostile forces intent on doing so, leaving us no choice but to operate beyond the law. Until this changes, we will likely continue to clash with those who unwittingly do the bidding of the extraterrestrial invaders. Yet we cannot change course. The very survival of our species may rest on our success. Thankfully, cleaner agents are not particularly fearsome opponents, lacking formal military training and equipped with only light weapons. They are notably less capable than one of our own soldiers. And a cleaner agent interrogation. So normally you actually have to do the interrogations as research, but it gives you a lot of these early ones just straight away, just as as a reward. I think it's supposed to be like encouraging you to take them alive, to be like, see, look, you got operation points. I think it's trying to tutorialize, basically, to encourage you to take things alive. I assume, but anyway, normally you actually have to interrogate them. There is little doubt our captive cleaner agent is fully human, Commander. Troublingly, there is also no evidence to suggest they are under any form of alien control. Interrogation of the subject suggests he remains unaware of the ongoing extraterrestrial invasion, instead appearing to believe our organization represents a powerful crime syndicate illegally manufacturing drugs and trafficking weapons. Sharing evidence of alien activity proved more effective than coercion, eventually resulting in the bewildered prisoner agreeing to cooperate without questions. This allowed us to verify the identity of our captive and extract valuable information about their recent activities. It appears the cleaners have subverted several important law enforcement agencies, allowing the creation of false investigations into their opponents, including us. Many of the cleaner agents we face are now ordinary men and women, all wholly unaware they serve the interests of the invaders. This brings us back to our captive. As there seems no obvious reason to conduct a dissection, we have chosen to move him to our cells. We can consider releasing him once his knowledge no longer poses a threat to our organization. We got 35 operation points for that, which means we have more operation points to spend. Yay! And Sean has been refueled. Hooray! Okay, so moving on. I can speed them up a little more, why not? So we're making a bit of money from our engineers having nothing to do. Infiltrators activated, so this is it. All the red tiles have shown up now. So now if we want to capture any of these tiles, we have to first spend a bunch of operation points to deal with the infiltrator, which is very annoying. Some of them are cheaper than others, some are more expensive, same system as before, and each one of these red tiles is going to be pushing up the Doomsday counter a bit, and as you can see, it's quite a lot, so yeah, iffy. Not great. Several potential supporters appear to be acting strangely, leading Operation Division to conclude that they are aligned with the cleaners. These supporters have been reclassified as infiltrators. We believe they are using their influence to accelerate Doomsday. Each active infiltrator will increase the Doomsday counter by plus 0.5 per day. However, they can be eliminated by spending operation points. And yeah, some will be better defended than others. We can immediately get rid of them, which wouldn't be a bad idea while it's cheap. Not bad. So there's also some here, like this one puts up operation points per day, so you'll get more operation points to spend. I mean, it's really, really good if a couple of these are cheap early on, because it's random. It's totally random, this. Yeah, I think I might just clear this one out for now, and then it'll be a little while. It takes 4 days for that to be cleared properly. So yeah, we'll see. God, there just aren't enough, like, green ones that I want. And there aren't enough ones that lower Doomsday. It's a bit iffy. So, general interrogation. Here he is. Capturing our former comrade has proved an astute choice, Commander. We have learned far more from studying him alive than we would have gained from a dead body. Observation of the interrogation carried out by Operations Division suggests our prisoner is a shadow of the man who led this organization a few weeks ago. Confused and clearly disoriented, he frequently trails off midway through answers to stare blankly into space. At other times, he is consumed by sudden flashes of rage, which then dissipate as fast as they appeared. Although our initial medical inspection revealed nothing unexpected, a subsequent brain scan revealed the presence of significant swelling and bleeding within the skull. This is the sort of injury one might see in a stroke victim. Yet in this case, the cause appeared to be extensive tissue burns localized within the brain itself. Precisely how the General suffered severe burns to the inside of his head is unclear, yet it seems unlikely to be a coincidence. I remain skeptical our former leader would willingly betray the cause, suggesting our enemies may possess some kind of ability to manipulate the human mind, albeit with rather significant side effects. Sadly, I cannot say whether he will ever recover from these injuries. His symptoms may improve as the cranial swelling from the burns subsides, or the brain damage may ultimately prove permanent. Regardless, he will spend the remainder of the war in a cell. Operations Division report that the fragments of information gleaned from the General's rare moments of lucidity have nonetheless proved useful, especially when combined with our intelligence extraction from the documents found in his possession. A number of our operatives have been freed up and can take on additional work, which gives us operation points. We get a bonus 100 for taking him alive, which is obviously very useful. No new research or engineering projects unlocked, but that's fine. So waveform analysis. Again, that puts up monthly funding. This will push along the plot, but we don't actually need to do this until the end of the month, because the monthly funding obviously won't kick in until the end of the month. So we just need to make sure we have time for that. So let's try and crack out some other research first. So we'll get combat vehicles ready. Cool. Okay. I mean, that's 250. I mean, that's 150. We get 1 extra operation point per day. Not a terrible idea, but it might be worth trying to lower the Doomsday meter a bit. Which one is it? Is it these ones? Yeah, -1 per day. I mean, that's quite good. They cost 150. So what do we get in Latin America? Scientist wages down. I mean, that's pretty good. We start filling that up a bit. Let's put Doomsday down a little bit. I think that's worth doing. Alright. Cool. Cool. Here we go. Alien abduction site. This is our first run-in with aliens, and it's quite a tough mission. It's quite a tough mission, these ones. You've got to be really quick on your feet. We have detected alien ground forces abducting civilians in this region. Rescuing the civilians will improve our relations with the local region and allow us to recover alien resources, which will in turn give us loads of research to do, which will be really fun. Get some good stuff out of that. Okay, mission briefing. Reports suggest alien forces are attempting to abduct local civilians. We must eliminate them while freeing as many civilians as possible. Each rescued civilian will reduce Doomsday, whereas each abducted civilian will increase Doomsday. So, yeah, it's important. We get a lot done here. So, we'll send Sean, of course. What I love about this game, right, this is obviously seems dead simple and seems really obvious. I mean, it's the same way with, like, modern XCOM, but classic XCOM didn't do this. Once you say launch the aircraft, if it's a troop carrier, you then organize your squad. Whereas in classic XCOM, you had to, like, it would just send a ship. You know, if you say to send a ship, it just sends a ship. Like, it's your job between missions to sort that all out. So it's kind of important. So Friendby should probably have a rest. I don't want to send someone out with lowered health. Wow, Kian here, 38 hit points, 37 for Ari. Wow. Those are quite low. A lot of time units on Ari, though. Not bad accuracy. Might be good for... I mean, strength isn't great, though. Maybe a good sniper, actually, Ari. Maybe. We got better accuracy for Eric Rex here. Second bout of insanity. Worthless accuracy and bravery, I'm afraid. Loads of HP, though. I think either shield or assault for second bout of insanity. Alright, not great reflexes, so not going to just blast someone with a shotgun if they walk through a door, which is a bit of a shame. But that strength means they can carry a fair bit. And the accuracy doesn't matter if you're using a shotgun. It actually gets a bonus at short range, which sort of negates your own bad accuracy. So, yeah, having a shotgun, it's nice how it does it. It you know, weapons will make up for your different, will sort of fit into your skills, you know, which I like. And you just equip them properly, you can make use of anybody. Yeah, I think we'll send second bout of insanity. And I think an assault. I think an assault. Yeah. Yeah, I think that works. Now let's go with a couple more grenades. Oops. Yeah, let's do that. Good. We do need to bring another person. Should we go with... God, just the low HP scares the hell out of me with these two, because we don't have any armor or anything yet. Having a second sniper I don't think is going to be useful here. I think we go with Eric Rex, and we just have them as a rifleman, I think. I think you'd make a good rifleman. Not great strength. Not great strength, so carrying this stuff is proving tricky. But I think I'll give you the -2. Oh, you got sod all time units, though, don't you? That's not great. I mean... You're only losing 2. I know, I don't know, there's not great time units on you. Great other stats, though, which is the troubling bit. I don't think we will ever need to reload, honestly. We never need to. I never need to reload. I think I've reloaded like twice in all my, you know, like the 20 missions I've done while just sort of testing the game out. I think this'll do. I think this'll do. So we got, again, a shield and 2 assaults. So that's good. So similar, basically the same squad setup as last time. I think it's a good balance, the one the game gives you initially. So I think this works. Alright, as you can see, new shield. None of the equipment costs anything. Everyone is fully stocked with everything they had before. So it's all good. It's all good. Can we afford to give you just like an extra something? I mean, -1 isn't too bad. As soon as you throw something, you won't have that penalty anymore. So I think that's quite good. Alright, this'll do. This is what we're doing. So, yeah, guys, this is where we'll end the episode. We'll end the episode at sort of these points. every time, hopefully. We'll try and do that. Then yeah, it should be fun. So remember, if you guys want to be part of the team, all right, there's description, in the description, and there's probably a comment as well, outlining the many ways that you can get your name in the roster. But the main one is, if you want to play this game for yourself, you can get it at a discount at nexus.gg/Janet, and it helps out the channel tremendously. Okay, 85% revenue share is crazy. Okay, Hooded Horse are foregoing their revenue from that platform just as a way to, like, help reimburse creators for covering their games, basically, which I think is awesome. I think it's really cool. It's sort of like, sort of an organic way of sponsorship almost. It's just like, well, if you cover the game a huge amount, then you'll get more out of it, and so will we. So yeah, just it's proportionate. I think that's really clever. So reward them for such clever thinking, because it certainly helps. It helps pad out the ad revenue. I'll say that much. Jesus Christ, ad revenue is not great on YouTube. So it's a big help for me. So yeah, cool. All right, guys, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Have a good one.